the countries in the world, arrival of the Arahat Mahinda from India in 3rd century BC is one of the most historical events that took place within Sri Lanka, which is a country that consists of both natural resources and values. As a result of the arrival of Arahat Mahinda, Mahavihara Educational Institute was established in Anuradhapura. Due to the establishment of the Mahavihara, education in Sri Lanka was nurtured for many centuries. But by the middle of the 18th century, education in Sri Lanka started to decline. After the decline of Buddhist education, Venerable Valavita Asarana Sarana Sangaraja Mahathera, who lived in the middle of the 18th century, started a meaningful and excellent educational tradition unique to the country with his direct intervention. Venerable Valavita Mahathera started an educational institution called Palmadulla. The work carried out focusing the Palmadulla Educational Institute was successful, and Venerable Bodhisattva Gunopeta Balanesh Siddhartha Mahathera was notable among the figures who confirmed the educational tradition following the footsteps of Sangaraja Mahathera. In the year 1841, Most Venerable Balanesh Siddhartha Mahathera started the historic Parama Dhamma Chethiya Maha Pirivena in a small hut which was covered with coconut leaves, which later on went on to become the pinnacle of Sri Lankan Buddhist education. Within a very short time period, the Parama Dhamma Chethiya Pirivena, which was nurtured by monks like Most Venerable Balanesh Siddhartha Mahathera and Venerable Ratmalana Dharmaloka Mahathera, became the main educational institution for scholars from Sri Lanka as well as from all around the world. Bodhisattva Gunopeta Balanesh Siddhartha Mahathera produced two great personalities after him to inaugurate two main educational traditions in this country. That is, Most Venerable Hikkaduwe Sumangala Nayaka Mahathera and Venerable Ratmalana Sri Dharmaloka Nayaka Mahathera. Venerable Hikkaduwe Nayaka Mahathera started Vidyodaya Pirivena in 1873, and Venerable Ratmalana Nayaka Mahathera started the Paliyagoda Vidyalankara in 1875. The Vidyodaya Pirivena laid the basic foundation for the Vidyodaya University, which was started in 1959, and the Kalaniya Vidyalankara Pirivena, which emerged at the same time, was the source of strength for the Vidyalankara University. It should be especially mentioned here that the historical Ratmalana Parama Dhamma Chethiya Maha Pirivena was the basic basis for starting Vidyodaya and Vidyalankara Pirivena and for paving the path for those Pirivenas to develop into universities. Among the Buddhist monks who lived at the Parama Dhamma Chethiya Pirivena, which was like the greatest harvest in the Sasana, the most prominent monks are Venerable Balane Sri Siddhartha Nayaka Mahathera, Venerable Hikkaduwe Sumangala Nayaka Mahathera, and Venerable Ratmalana Sri Dharmaloka Nayaka Mahathera. These prelates engaged in international Buddhist missionary work and performed excellent religious service for Buddha Sasana during their time. In the course of time, the erudite monks who became dominant in this holy land from time to time also carried out great missions for the betterment of the Sasana, and Kalasuri Mapalagama Vipulasara Mahathera, who became dominant in the 20th century, started to implement a series of projects to popularize the name of Parama Dhamma Chethiya Pirivena throughout the world. On 14 January 1960, he assumed the position of chief incumbent of the Parama Dhamma Chethiya Maha Pirivena and also became the principal of Ratmalana Monks Teachers Training College. Venerable Vipulasara Thero focused on Buddhist art and achieved national and international fame due to his excellent artistic skills. Mapalagama Thero was especially known for his paintings and designing of Buddha statues. Some of the Buddha statues that were designed by him in Sri Lanka are Nugegoda Kandewata Temple's Buddha statue, Sambuddhaloka Temple's Buddha statue in Fort, the Buddha statue at Ananda College's temple in Colombo, the Buddha statue located at Biharamadevi Park, the replica of Alkana Buddha statue in front of Bandaranaike International Memorial Hall, the repairing of the broken nose of the Samadhi Buddha statue in Anuradhapura Mahaviharya was done with the contribution of R. Thero, and the necessary guidance was given by Professor Senarath Paranavitana. In order to protect local artists at a time when local arts and culture was declining, the National Art Fund was established and steps were taken to protect local artists through it. The reconstruction of Buttala Maligavila Buddha statue was an excellent work done under the guidance of Mr. Ranasinghe Premadasa, who was the president at that time. Venerable Vipulasara Mahathera contributed a lot towards spreading the culture of Sri Lanka throughout the world, and with regard to this, many scholars refer to him as the unofficial cultural ambassador. With the aim of spreading the pride of Buddhism in Sri Lanka around the world, he started carrying out Buddhist missionary work in countries like China, Japan, India, Thailand, Taiwan, Burma, and South Korea. The special incident that happened in the meantime is that due to the strong relationship with China, many Chinese students started to enter the Buddha monastic order by ordaining in Sri Lanka. It was as a result of the foreign Buddhist missionary service of Mapalagama Vipulasara Thero that many Buddhist monks were able to go on Buddhist missions to African countries which were not previously visited by any Buddhist monk. Another great work done by Venerable Mapalagama Vipulasara Thero is the creation of the national emblem of Sri Lanka. This logo was designed in a meaningful way by using traditional local symbols and the Dharma Chakra. That same state logo, which was designed back then, is being used in Sri Lanka up to date. The Dagaba, which was built in Japan's Yomiuri Park, which was built similar to the Anuradhapura Parama Dhamma according to the plans and instructions of Vipulasara Thero. During the Pope's visit to Sri Lanka, the special pavilion built for the ceremony was also designed by Vipulasara Mahathera. He also created a Buddha statue similar to the Alkana Buddha statue to be placed in front of the Sri Lanka booth at the Expo exhibition in Spain. It is with utmost respect we should gratefully remember the invaluable work done by Vipulasara Thero to bring the Sri Lankan pride and the pride of the Ratmalana Parama Dhamma Chethiya Maha Pirivena to the attention of the world. After the demise of Mapalagama Vipulasara Thero, Venerable Madapata Dhammasara Thero became the chief incumbent of the temple. After that, the Pirivena came into light again because of Venerable Dr. Maitepe Vimalasara Thero, who is currently holding the position of the chief incumbent of the Pirivena since the end of the year 2015. He can be known as one of the main Buddhist monks in Sri Lanka who is engaged in Buddhist missionary activities globally. Vimalasara Thero getting appointed as the Secretary General of the World Buddhist Sangha Council in the year 2024 is one of the most prominent incidents that took place. Due to the international relations, one of the most special incidents that took place in the Pirivena is the ordination of 2 Chinese young students. This also contributed to strengthening the existing friendship between China and Sri Lanka. Venerable Maitapir Vimalasara was engaged in Indian Buddhist missionary activities for a period of 20 years, and his higher education was done at Kolkata University and the prestigious Benaras Hindu University. Simultaneously, he was appointed as the Deputy Secretary of the Indian Mahabodhi Society and as the head of the Buddha Gaya Mahabodhi Mahaviharya, and contributed towards ordaining Buddhist Indian students and spreading Buddhist teachings across India. The ordained monks were then given further opportunities for education at the Parama Dhamma Chethiya Pirivena. As a result of his involvement in Dhamma propagation in the West, he took the initiative to start many temples, especially in the United States of America. Based on the Dharma Vijaya Buddhist Temple in Los Angeles, he participated in lecture conferences in various countries of the world. He was appointed to the position of the Secretary General of the World Buddhist Sangha Council, which was held in New Zealand this year, which is one of the most influential Buddhist organizations in the world. Venerable Maitapir Vimalasara, who is the current chief incumbent and the director of Parama Dhamma Chethiya Pirivena in Ratmalana, currently serves as the General Secretary of the Sri Lanka Buddhist Congress, the President of the Sri Lankan National Centre of the Asian Buddhist Conference for Peace, Advisor of the Sri Lanka Bhikkhuni Order, President of the National Art Front, the General Secretary of the Asian Buddhist Congress, and the Deputy Secretary of the Sri Kalyani Samagri Dharma Mahasangha Sabha. May the Parama Dhamma Chethiya Maha Pirivena be blessed with enduring strength and wisdom, continuing to thrive and illuminate minds for many years to come. May it remain a beacon of learning, spirituality, and peace.